All right, well, happy 4th of July weekend. I don't think it's the 4th yet. I haven't heard any fireworks going off, so I don't know what's up, but we are going to take advantage of a little bit more late night gaming, so I gotta turn that volume on up. Maybe keep it down here a little bit, but we're gonna continue on with this artillery barrage, and as it was in the first hour when the fire cube was drawn, the French Guard are taking the brunt of it from all the stacked up, ooh, where's my pointer, Russian artillery. And they lost about 800 men last time through the artillery barrage, and not enough to sap a unit dry, but enough to inflict a bunch of casualties, and now it's happening again. So it's becoming apparent to the old French that something's got to be done within the next hour for that artillery. And a lot of it, I think, is ungarrisoned. And we got some line infantry back there, but there'd be no problem. Look at all that artillery. Yeah, we got to do something with that. So, yeah, this artillery barrages, every time this fire cube is drawn, is hammering the hell out of the French. Now, let's see here. We got our next one coming up. Is that heavy artillery? Yeah, that's more heavy artillery, as denoted by that thick line on the left side of the box there. So let me see if there's 2 units there, or just one. Yeah, he's garrisoned with some Russian cuirassiers. They got cuirassiers also? Or chasseurs, or whatever it is. Huh. Alright, we gotta find a target. This unit here probably is on the verge of being, this is some Guard Grenadiers. Probably on the verge of being eliminated. Alright, well, we got a bunch of smoke around them, I guess, from getting hammered with some ineffective artillery. The only one that actually has suffered a loss is this unit right here. Don't really add up to what I remember, but I'm sure if there were casualties, I would have put them underneath there, and there are no casualties within here besides this unit here. So this is all artillery. Let me check this real quick. Alright, I guess it just denotes shots going on around them. I don't see any hits. And like I said, I'm pretty good at marking those artillery strikes. I guess I could look at the last video, but it's already been uploaded, so let's go ahead with this. It's heavy artillery. He has a 9 hex range. Oh, short is anything 2 or 3 hexes. I don't think we'll get away with that. 1, 2, 3. So it'll be medium, which is the strength points times 1, so it's only shooting 4 at them. Alright, the target is... Are they in column, or were we wise enough to keep them in line? Yeah, they're all in line out there. Alrighty, so... defensive fire, that's about it. Heavy artillery +1. So we'll roll this dice with just a +1. And our target will be, I don't think, we don't want to shoot at the one that's in the buildings. I see one that's already in the buildings. Alright, he is in column. So therefore the shot will go from here to here. We'll get a +2 on that column modifier, so we're looking at +3. 2 for boys being all packed close together. Another +1 being heavy artillery. +3 on this roll. Under the 4. Looking at it now, lean at least a 9. If I'm correct. +3. High roll. That's not going to do it. 6, 7, 8. Under the 4 table. Ooh, 1 away. So ineffective artillery again. Okay, well that matches up with what we're seeing here. Ooh, but that will be another artillery fired. There you go, our next artillery unit. Now this one here, I think we countered this last time. You got a little bit of a line of sight problem from this unit here. Russians definitely got to do something about that. Like I said, I think that all this artillery was meant for firing upon units as they came over the hill. This one here, though, has a nice little line of sight to our boys again. Same modifiers. Oh, yeah, I think that's all. Is that heavy artillery? That might not be. Hold on a second here. Let's see. Here's a heavy artillery. The same thing. I'm thinking no. Stop for a second. Alright, well that will be light artillery. So it would have made no difference with that die roll. It would have been even worse. But yeah, these guys are firing light artillery. Oh my goodness, so they only have 6 hex range. So was it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 at the very end of his range. So we see here long distance shot. Half of his strike points. So he's only shooting with 1 strike point. We see if there's any more units underneath him. No, again, he is garrisoned by an elite unit. Elite grenadiers. Russian grenadiers. Alright, well, he's going to squeeze off a oneer. And it is, ooh, he's in column. So that's a +2. Yeah, little Hail Mary shot. With a +2. Oh, under a 1, we need a 12. +2. Oh, comes up short, so more ineffective Russian light artillery. And that explains it totally. Alright, like I said, these boys got side issues and less. They want to shoot this way. Oh, well, I don't know about that. Come around here, these boys must not have hit a target. Alright, make sure we aren't missing anybody else. Check out the rest of our artillery options. I'm sure there's a lot more left. Or maybe that's it. That can't be it. Yeah, these guys up on the hill. They can fire over. So, we'll be back. Alright, well, going on down the artillery line. And as I said earlier, it's mostly Russian artillery. The French, I don't think, have anything unlimbered. It would be good to look, though. Yeah, these are all caught on the limbered side. Oh, for the French. I think we might have one down here. Nope, he's limbered. They're all limbered. No French artillery unlimbered. They're in the process of moving everywhere. Alright, well anyway, on this unit here, my pointer, we're coming down the line. We have a bunch of them that are in the back that have line of sight issues. Here you go here. This one here, and you could also see he's only got a 6 hex range. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. As these units were originally hammering all these boys that are moved on down south. So the next available one we see is this one right here, but we have come to the conclusion that when they only in defensive fire can they pivot. So right now he can't shoot. His line arc starts here, and it just misses this unit. So. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 batteries aren't able to shoot because of either range issues or line of sight issues. Yeah, mostly there's nobody to shoot at anymore because they all moved out. And like I said, they could try to shoot this way, but I think they only got a 6 hex range or light artillery, so they can't even hammer out anybody over here. Now, I did say earlier that there was 700 or 800 casualties, and you can go back on that video and see, but I'm counting up the casualties. There's only maybe 100 here. I thought these boys took a bunch of casualties. Now, in their current stance or mode over here, their orders, if they're on a hold or defend, they get to replace units, so they might have had some replacements come on in between the hours. It's the only thing I can think of. All right, we're going to go down here again and see if there's anybody else that has targets. Now we're starting to get into the firing arc of this unit here, and we'll be able to start firing now. These boys are in column, which is not good for the French. Definitely an advantage to the artillery battery. These are heavy artillery too, I do believe. It looks like a thick line to me. So we got some heavy Russian artillery. Taking aim. We're back. Alright, we have some potential lethal fire. I believe that's the left wing artillery reserve. That's commanded personally by the commanding General Benningsen himself. Well, he's got that little hex there has 2 batteries of heavy artillery. They have a long range of 9 hexes, a short distance from them, and that'll double their strength points. There's 2 batteries there. Is, oh, let's see if I can read that right. 2, 3 hexes. So he's firing from the edge. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, well, hold on. This is this target here. Yeah, no, he's out of his range. Make sure we got the right one in camera view. Let me get out this way. Okay, yeah, it's more like it. All right, 1, 2, 3, 4. This is the unit. We don't want to shoot at towed artillery because it represents such a low profile. And the hex, it's a Hail Mary shot. These boys here got a little bit clumped more together. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, we're not getting no short distance shot, so it won't be doubled. Medium distance, 4 to 5 hexes, strength points times 1. We'll be rolling under the 8 table on the firing chart. All right, we will also get a artillery firing at column +2 and another +1 for heavy artillery, so a +3 on this roll under the 8 table. Looking for an 8 under the 8 table, I believe. Yes. And we got a +3. 2 for column and 1 for heavy artillery. Looking for the ultimate high roll if you're a Russian fan. 11? 6, 7, 8, yep. And 11 under the table. Inflicts 2 hits. They don't have to make a stand check though, but yeah, great shot there by that heavy artillery against the French in column. All right, so we have the double battery firing. Ba-boom. And they struck gold. Alright, up to the next battery down the line. It is another single battery I see there. Nobody behind them. And we need if he wants to move this left wing artillery, I think they're in a move order, as a matter of fact. So if you draw a Russian cube, these boys are ready to move out. He's already given them the order to move. But meanwhile, another battery of heavy artillery. Has he got any better distance? I'm counting 1, 2, 3, 4 again. So just be lobbing 4 strength points at him. Again with a +3. So there you go, 4 +3. Looking for a 9 or better on this die roll. Another high roll for the Russians. If you're a fan of the French, looking for a low roll. +3. Oh, wet powder. Wet powder. All right, well, there you go. This unit there, I believe, equals ineffective fire. All right. Next unit line, oh, those are Lancers. Lancers around them. There you go. We'll come on down the line here. I see another light artillery. Another light artillery, part of the Bajabu division. Bajabu division right there. Does he got any other artillery? We'll look around there. I think he's got 1, 2, 3 batteries. We can fire on off. Check this all out. We'll be right back. All right, well, I have found my casualties from the previous hours. Russian artillery barrage, and it was the 1st Division of the 7th Corps that bore the brunt of it. So there you go. All right, well, the next one up will be this light artillery unit. Able to fire over his buddies. If they were 1 hex closer, though, we might have a little problem with that. But the closer they are to the firing unit, we're fine. And they're halfway. We'll give a benefit of the doubt to the defender because he's up there. He's going to fire 1, 2, 3, 4. It's over half range. We don't want to fire at this unit because we don't get as good of a modifier as when they're lined up like bowling pins. So 1, 2, 3, 4. We'll fire at this top unit. Or no, we'll fire at the bottom unit. Whatever one has the casualties. We're trying to eliminate these suckers. So he'll just be throwing, let me see, 4 hexes. Is medium distance at strength points times 1. So it'll be 2 strength points. We'll be looking underneath the 2 column. There you go. Looking for an 11 or more. And he will get a, oh, what kind of modifier? He'll get a +2 for firing on an infantry in column. He's not heavy artillery, so he won't get that +1. So totally with +2. Looking for something better than this. The opposite. +2. Looking for a 11 or higher. Need a high roll. Ooh, he got it. Under the 11. So man, more bad luck for that. Ooh, 1st Division, 7th Corps. They lose another strength point. So another boom. A little bit on the light side, but more than that, we have to get ours. I think our target will be. All right, on second thought, we don't have a choice. The top unit's always our unit that takes the hits. Then after, if they get eliminated, you go to the unit below it. So wisely, the French would put their full strength unit on top. So we're looking at something like this. Approximately 100 casualties for a unit in column. There you go. That's how it's done. We have 2 more batteries that I'm seeing. Like I said, I don't think the French have everybody unlimbered. Ooh, what do we have going on here, boys? Haha, alright. He's up on the edge. Yeah, we might get a little bit of payback. And like I said, it looks like they're even away. So the French might get some shots. Carry on down here, check out the targets, and see what's going on with this more foot artillery or light artillery. We'll be right back. Alright, well, this next unit, he's light artillery, but he's shooting. We're going to take a shot at this unit here because he was within a short distance. So that'll be strength points ×2. So he'll be actually shooting with 4 strength points. Unfortunately, no modifiers because he's in. Well, let's see here. No modifiers for being in line, only for being in square or when you're tightly packed in column. So 4 strength points. Let me see here. There you go. Looking for a 9 unmodified on this roll. Another high number. Shooting the French in line for some 4th of July, which it is today. Artillery action. Boom. Oh, bad shots. To the French advantage. Or to the French chagrin. Yes, we have us an effective boom. An effective artillery fire. Do we have doubles on the ones adjacent to him? No, he's garrisoned. So we'll be shooting with another 2 strength points. Oh, we've got to shoot at the same target. Under the 4 column. Unmodified. Alright. A little bit of light artillery. Close range. But it is, I don't know if it's explosive shells or just solid shot, but an effective fire on the first one. This will be the same thing, unmodified, but double the strength because they're so close. Looking for a high roll, and so far, ooh, Russians need glasses. Ooh, unmodified with an 8. Under 4. Oh, that is a near miss. Yeah, just missed them. So therefore, another ineffective. Boom goes the artillery. Alright, let's see what we got going on here. It might be about it. Looking around, we got the French battery. And I believe that'll do it for our 4th of July. Artillery barrage. Not the 4th of July in the game. In the game, it's, I think, February 11th or 7th. I forgot what it was. I think it was 7th. You can tell by all the snow. And as a matter of fact, as I said earlier, when we got this game for Christmas 2025, started playing it for the anniversary. I think I had to finish another game. Yeah, I think we were playing Atlantic Sentinels. So we dropped down this one around. I think we started the game on the anniversary of the battle. That's all it takes on this channel. But we did do a practice game, so this is our 2nd game, actually. Alright, let me see here. Check this out. And we'll call it a video after we finish this last, I guess, bit of... Ooh, what did we do with our battery? Ooh, looking for some French unlimited artillery. And he will be a part of the 2nd Division, 7th Corps. Be back. All right, last but not least, some field artillery of the French up there on that hill. Gonna take a pot shot at the old general and some cavalry, probably Hasseurs and the old Barrage himself. Looking for a lucky shot. Either 12, and that'll be unmodified if they're cavalry. So, and there's no heavy artillery modifier, so just shooting at them with a 2 strike points. So they will need an 11 or higher, and there's no way they can get a stand or a leader check. 14 would give them 2 strike points, but they can only, it's unmodified, so the best thing you're looking for is just a 1 hit. The unmodified French, French roll this time. High die roll for the French. Boom. 6, 7, unmodified will do nothing, so ineffective French fire. Alright, not nearly the casualties as the first hour's artillery barrage. Russians have suffered, I don't think they suffered any losses in this fire phase of the cube. You know what we need to do though is look and see if there's any units that are close next to each other. I don't see that. So that's why I said it's just an artillery firing phase on this one. Let's look and see here though. Nobody next to each other here. I'm looking around. Let me check this out. We'll be right back and we'll call it a video. Alright, well, 2nd hour fire cube is done. And we'll check out what we got left here in the bag, because we might get another fire cube. But let's hold on here real quick. Let's see what the bag produced. So all the activations left. The French can get 3 activations. And the best case scenario for the French is they draw 3 cubes, and then it'll be an automatic Russian cubes in the end of the hour. We could always get another fire cube, which would be bad luck for the French. I think in this one though, they only suffered maybe 300-400 casualties, which, you know, like I said, casualties are casualties, but no units were eliminated. So cubes back in the bag. And I'll call it a video. Artillery barrage for the 4th of July. Hope you all having a good time. My 4th will include grilling. Definitely some grilling. And, oh, that reminds me, I gotta take some stuff out of here. I'm glad it's still early in the morning. But yeah, and hose with a mister on it. Yeah, I gotta get sprayed with some of that cold, misty water. We got a mister on our hose, and it'll be out on the deck because I think it's been 92 plus. I think yesterday's heat index was 114 or something. So, yeah, time to stay home. No, we're not down to the lake place this weekend. We take it easy for what we call amateur hour down there, just to be on the safe side, and everything's good. Might be probably going down there next weekend. We'll be doing a little bit of a built for war if we can. That's our little mobile game, little quick solo game we've been playing. But other than that, that's it. Happy 250 America. We're having a good time here. War Room 6 in the man cave. When we come back, time to draw another cube in our next video. Be back.